Some days you're gonna feel like a total and complete loser, like a failure. I know I do. I know I felt it this morning. And other days you're gonna feel like a king, like a champion. You're gonna feel like you can fucking destroy anything that's in your path. No one can stop you. I went for a run today and I was thinking about why the hell is this happening to me? And it's because it's life. It's part of who we are. Humans are super emotional beings, and everything we do is affecting our emotions. And so I came up with seven things that I want to cover here. What affects our well-being and our state of mind and the way we feel day by day, and how to fix those things. So the first and the most obvious would be the food and hydration. We are what we eat, or we are what we feed ourselves. And I'm not gonna go deep into hydration and food because that's a completely different topic. But the other huge thing of what we're feeding ourselves is it's not quite literal. It's the mental part. So if we are feeding ourselves with shitty information, if we are consuming trashy media, if we are hanging out with people who are bringing us down constantly, that's gonna affect us. And so we have to avoid that. We have to recognize the patterns on how certain things make us feel, and we just gotta start eliminating them. Simple as that. The next one is movement. Movement and being outside. I definitely say being outside is a change. Imagine yourself being like this rat sitting in the office all day long, every day, forever. It would be your home, your car, your office, your car, your home. That's not a good life. You gotta get yourself out under the blue skies. You gotta get yourself out on the grass, in the bush, around the trees, around animals. And you gotta move. You gotta exercise daily in order to keep yourself as close to that king side, not the loser side. So in order to feel good and confident about yourself, you gotta move, man, and you gotta put yourself out in the nature. Next up is rest. Rest is super important because if we don't sleep, it's gonna affect our brain, and that's gonna affect the way we feel, the way we act. It's gonna affect the amount of energy we have throughout the day. And regular person needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep daily. I know there are some anomalies who can survive on 5 to 6 hours, but another very important thing that I want to mention here is that for every 10 hours of exercise per week, we need extra 30 to 90 minutes of sleep per night. So you gotta make sure to take that into account. And I say 30 to 90, that's just based on intensity, how you push. If it's an easy aerobic exercise, then I'm sure half an hour will be fine. But if you are having sprint intervals, or you're going for PB in the gym and lifting super heavy, then you would need to sleep on that higher side of the spectrum, which is closer to 90 minutes. You can easily test this. On the weekend, if you don't have to get up early, just don't set the alarm and let your body rest as much as it needs to. I know from my experience, I'm knocked out. I can sleep for 11 hours if I had a rough week. I was doing super intense exercise or a lot of exercise, and then I'm catching up on sleep because I need to. And yes, you feel bad because, oh, you're wasting half a day sleeping. But if you don't get that, your body's gonna start breaking down, and that's gonna affect your brain as well. That's gonna affect the way you feel every day for the rest of your life even, because who knows what injuries can evolve from that. So rest is very important. Okay, next up we have quality conversations, socializing, having good time with friends or your partner. So if you've been neglecting your most important friendships, that's gonna start creeping up on you. You're not gonna feel good about yourself. At least that's how I feel. You know, sometimes you just feel like, oh, my relationship could be better. And I'm sure that you feel the same way about certain people. And you would love to improve that, but you just feel angry or frustrated, and it's very hard for you to get there. So you gotta have this open and honest conversation. Just go for a walk with your friend and try to unravel those things. And it might be very hard at the start, but eventually you're gonna resolve it. And you will feel like day and night before and after that conversation. I promise you. And then if you don't have any close friends to talk to, you can try and journal. And journaling will help because you're gonna write things down, you're gonna write those thoughts down, and then you can read them. And when you read them, you can see yourself out of third person's perspective, and then it's much easier to give yourself advice. The last thing, if nothing helps, if you tried all these things, it's probably the intimacy. I know it sounds funny, but you just gotta get laid, man. I know sometimes it's just how a human body works. So try that. Okay, so let's recap real quick. To feel better, to feel less like a loser, to feel less like an imposter, to feel more confident about yourself, you gotta try and balance the things that are nutrition, hydration. That is your media intake, the quality of your media, the quality of information you consume every day. Then you gotta move and you gotta spend time in nature. You gotta rest up. Sleep. You gotta make sure you sleep enough or catch up on sleep during the days where you have more time to sleep. And then you must find quality conversations with your partner or your friends. If you can't have that, then you can try journaling. And then the last, try and getting laid. If you can think of any other solution to this repetitive problem, please put it in the comments. Good luck.